Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. 10:22 in the morning. Continuing the conversation with the Hanover area girls basketball team, the Northwest girls basketball team. They're outside doing some free throws, getting prepared for their next game. And Coach Parker, we welcome you back as we continue that conversation with the Lady Hawkeyes. Got to hear a lot about those girls that have some experience on your team that are up to great things at the next level. Now we'll hear about some of those younger players, and the first one we're going to talk to is Kyleen McCants. Tell us a little about what Kyleen brings.
Well, John, I could tell you, Kyleen's like my little Mighty Mouse. I could tell you this kid is just a great kid. She's a freshman. You know, anytime you get a freshman the opportunity to start at the varsity level, there's a huge responsibility on her. And as a point guard, as a freshman, you know, she's under a lot of pressure. A lot of older kids, juniors and seniors, trapping her, things of that nature. You know, I've been around the game a long time, and I could see this young lady by her junior year, without a doubt, being one of the most talented young ladies in this Wyoming Valley Conference. She's a special kid. She's going to have an opportunity to be extremely special. As we know, she's a phenomenal golfer, and that's her thing, but she's a great basketball player as well. She handles constructive criticism very well. She's a kid that I can get on, and she, like I said, she doesn't roll her eyes, she doesn't pout, she doesn't say boo. She's just a phenomenal young lady, and again, she works extremely hard. She's been given the keys, I tell her, to the Cadillac. And as a freshman, that's just huge. Like I said, she plays a huge role on this team. She's coming along. I got to live with some of the mistakes that she makes as a freshman, but that's expected. But she's done a great job. The last 3 games, I believe she's had 9, and 11 points. So as a freshman, as a point guard, I couldn't ask any more than she's given me. She's just a great kid.
All right, let's welcome in Kyleen McCants here on the John Mendola Show. And Kyleen, for you, the first thing is Coach Parker keeps it real. He tells you the way it is. How do you like that approach from him?
It supports me to be the best player. He just pushes me, and I can take it. I just say okay, and I get better and work out what he tells me. Let's
talk about that golf game he mentioned. Tell us a little bit about how much you enjoy that and how much time you put into it.
I practice every day. Even if it's in the winter, I go to the simulator, and I still hit. I made it to states, and I placed 9th.
That's pretty darn good, that's for sure. Let's talk about an older brother you have, Desmond.
Yeah, he supports me a lot. He plays basketball with me all the time, and he always beats me because he's older, but I still work to try to beat him.
For you to be around some of the older classmen, talk about, I'm sure you're nervous because, you feel like you don't want to let your teammates down. I'm sure you're nervous because you may think, well, the fans, you don't want to let them down. And then you don't want to let Coach Parker down. And then you throw in the folks. So you got a lot of people kind of looking at you. How do you handle all that?
I just look to my teammates because they support me with everything. They motivate me, and they're there for me.
And let's talk a little bit about putting time into basketball. As much as you're putting all that time in the golf, what kind of time do you put into basketball?
I do training with S&J Clutch every day usually. If I can't get there, then I still talk with my coach a lot.
Very good. Your goal down the road is maybe play golf at a Division I school?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds pretty darn cool. Well, it sounds like you're putting a lot of work into it, that's for sure. How about your court awareness, being able to see the floor, getting the ball to where it needs to go? And I'm sure Coach Parker's in your ear about, hey, do this, do that. He said, hey, I'm going to live with some of those mistakes, but you feel pretty good about what you and the girls are hoping to do as this season moves along, get better every day?
Yeah, I believe that we could be the best team.
All right, well, keep working hard, Kyleen.
Thank you.
All right, Kyleen McCants, a talented golfer and a pretty talented basketball player as well here on the John Mendola Show. Coach Madison Hooper is with us, and there's some good genetics there in the family with athletics. So talk about Madison's motor and what she brings to the team.
Absolutely, John. Madison's a great kid as well. What Madison brings to our team is she's tough as nails. She's just a physical kid. She's battle tested. She gets after it. Very, very aggressive, and I love that about her. Obviously, that's beneficial to every team. Basketball-wise, again, she comes from a basketball family. As we know, her sister was a phenomenal player. Madison's a kid that takes the ball to the basket strong. She's been leading us in scoring the last 4 games. She's coming along to be the player that I always knew that she was capable of being. She's a phenomenal teammate. Again, like I said, she works extremely hard. And I tell her daily, we need her on this team. We need her to continue to contribute because, again, she plays a special role on this team and the success of this team.
All right, let's welcome in Madison Hooper here on the John Mendola Show. Madison, talk about that toughness. I guess it's just it's in the genes, and you got a big family, so that's pretty funny too. That everybody's kind of got to fight for their rights there in the Hooper family, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Just with my family all the time, we always whether we're just together or fighting or something, first one to it, and you just battle it out. I don't know. It's just always been there. Must have been
tough. Fun over the holidays with the first one to it. All right, I got the kibasi or the ham or whatever you guys have.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your ability to compete, whether it's cross country or track and field or basketball. What do you like when you're out there competing?
I like to just push myself to be the best. I like to be the best.
What events are you doing in track?
In track, I do the 4x8, and that's my biggest event. Other than that, I don't really do anything because the 4x8's just always been my main event, and it's a very big event. We placed 4th last year at districts, and this year we're going for 1st.
Good. The classroom is going well for you, like bio, 92 average. Talk about, whether it's a teacher or the subject matter that you enjoy there at Hanover area.
It's what I want to do after high school and after college. I just want to be very successful in my life and go for what I want.
Cool. Let's talk about your family. I know we mentioned a little bit so far about the siblings. So there's a lot of sports going on, I'm sure, and everybody kind of has to get everywhere to support each other. So you find yourself going to any of your little siblings' games? Or are they coming to see you?
Oh, yes, a lot. I go to my little brother's wrestling meets. I go to my little sister's basketball games, and yeah.
Very cool. What is it about this team that you like right now, and where do you see? So first question is, what do you like about your team? And the next question is, where do you see you guys improving? Like, how do you see your team improving as the year goes on?
What I like about this team is that we all are starting to click, and we bond a lot, and we just like each other, and it's a good thing for the team. And where I see us is, I think we're going to do really well this year, and for the rest of the year, we're going to push and push, and I see us coming out on top somewhere.
All right. Well, Madison, great to catch up with you. It's your junior year. We wish you the best in upcoming track season as well in the spring, okay? Madison Hooper there from Hanover area. One more young lady to talk to here from the Lady Hawkeyes, Sarah Chazinski. Coach, tell us a little bit about Sarah.
Yes, Sean, again, I can't say it enough. Just another phenomenal young lady. All of these young ladies from Hanover that I have had an opportunity to come into contact with. Sarah's one of the hardest working young ladies on this team. She's expected to do a lot. Again, because we're very small, she runs post positions. She also runs point guard position along with the shooting guard. I've constantly told her over and over I want her to shoot the ball more because we need her to score, and she's a kid that could put the ball in the basket. She just gets after it. She's doing a lot better job of handling the basketball and taking care of it and understanding what it is that I'm expecting of her. I push Sarah. She's one of the kids I expect a lot from on this team. So, I challenge her on a daily basis, but physically and mentally, she's, again, one of the toughest kids that I've had an opportunity to coach, and I love that about her. This young lady is a phenomenal softball player. I know that that's her true love. I constantly tell her and her parents that if I can only get her in that gym a little bit more with basketball, I know that she can be that successful basketball player as well. I mean, she already is successful, but I know I can get her to an entirely different level. She's a kid that could play basketball at the next level in a Division III or a junior college if she chose to do so. Although she'll have probably a much better opportunity with softball. But again, just a hard-working kid, a young lady who doesn't say boo, just does what I ask her to do. She's just a great kid to be around. She's a lot of fun. She jokes around a lot, and she brings a lot of laughter to the team. Great kid.
All right, let's welcome in Sarah Chazinski here on the John Mendola Show. Sarah, let's first talk about the basketball game. Talk about what this team is doing well right now that you see in your eyes.
I see that my team is starting to work as a team, and in the beginning of the season it was kind of rough because we couldn't really put the ball in the basket, but now that we're starting to work as a team, we're getting more points and starting to win games.
Well, talk about the win over Myers, what that experience was like for you and your teammates. That was a huge win.
Yeah, coming in, even just watching the JV game, we were just like, oh gosh, like what's going to happen? Because they were a good team. They were pretty big. But coming up on top, we got a big lead and we kept it, so we're good.
Good. Talk about Coach Parker and his ability. He could be... he could have a command of the team like, some coaches do, and some coaches a little bit more mild, but his intentions are to bring out your best. Talk about how you feel he's bringing out your best.
He definitely gets to us at all times, but we all like that as a coach, and he gives us a lot of life lessons, which is really helpful because it's not all about just basketball, and coming into the gym, we learn life lessons, which helps us out.
Great point. A couple siblings for you, Danielle and Nicole. What are they up to?
My sister is full-time working as a psychologist at a school, and my other sister is working at a nursing home.
All right, pretty darn good. Two good people to look up to, that's for sure. As far as softball, you're putting a lot of time into that and looking forward to that in your future endeavors here?
Yeah. Other than basketball season, I do focus on softball, and I try to get into the batting cages and pitching as much as I can.
All right, Sarah, well, we wish you the best of luck the rest of this basketball season and into softball as well.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Parker and the ladies, great job today with Hanover area. We're going to get the Northwest area team in here next. We'll talk with them. We'll tell you some more locations. You can pick up a copy of our basketball magazine. You could do so at any of our State Farm agents that we mentioned. Of course, you could do it at our Carol and Janelle in Old Forge, the pizza capital of the world. Ravello's located right close by there in the pizza capital of the world. Comet's Law on Public Square, Valley Garment Care in Plains. Also, AJ's Bar and Grill in Carbondale, the Gabriel family, the Carbondale YMCA, Knockley Pharmacy in Hanover area. Falcone, want to thank our friends at Saporito, Falcone, and Watt Law. Also, the Holy Cross High School, the Athletic Republic, Scarfalato's, Lex Pharmacy in Nicholson, Beston's Auto Body, Luzerne Optical, Dr. Todd Pacheski, Daniel J. Hughes Funeral Home, and attorney Robert Elias as well. It's 10:34 here at WILK. Let's take a time out, head out to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jeremy Paczynski. Break like a good neighbor. Jeremy Paczynski is there. We'll be back in WILK.